Yo, what's up, Pack fam? It's your boy, Mr. Check My Resume. Came to bring you my 0-day watch list for March the 20th. Y'all already know how I'm coming. Y'all know what time it is. It's time to get this chicken. It's Friday. It's Mr. Start your weekend off right. Finna get it to you straight. So, well, let's not even waste no time. Let's get right into it. First thing I'm looking at today, or for tomorrow, I should say, is healthcare. Let's jump over to healthcare real quick. And let's take a look at Gilead, GILD. So first thing I'm looking at here, we've got the inside 4-hour setup. We're looking at an entry above $63.54 on Gilead on the 4-hour, and then also on the day we are looking at an inside day. I really like that one a lot better. It's $63.58 on the day. So looking at Gilead, looking at this continued move to the upside. We had a weak trigger reversal a couple weeks back, and we're pushing upwards on Gilead. So looking for that to continue tomorrow. Next one I have on my list for tomorrow out of the healthcare sector is ABBV. Y'all know how I like me some ABBV. First off here, we got the 4-hour setup. We got an entry on the 4-hour above, what is this, 152.22. And then also on the day, we got a potential rev strat off the point of control and broadening formation at 152.40. So we got an opportunity here to make some move on ABBV. Really like the setup here on this one. So this one looks good as well. Really like ABBV. Next one I have in the healthcare sector, this is a downside look here. This is Moderna. Looking at Moderna on the 4-hour, we've got a potential 212 to the downside on Moderna. Also on the day, it looks like price took off, created 2 up, and then looks like we wanted to form what looks like to be a shooter candle, but we got this 212 on the 4-hour potentially below 143.09. So I'll be looking at that one very closely to see how it opens up, see if we continue to push down. And so that's what I have what I'm looking at here in the healthcare sector. Moving on, I want to get into communications a little bit. Communications showing some buyers, showing some strength over there. So first one I want to look at on communications is AT&T. So in AT&T, we've got a 212 setup on the 4-hour above $20.27. Also on the day, we've got the rev strat potential set up 222 rev above $20.34. Mainly looking at that one, we've got full time frame continuity. So looking to see if I can take advantage of that tomorrow if we get those triggers. So really looking at AT&T closely. That is one we are looking at very closely. Also looking at Verizon, we do already have continuation on the 4-hour. We have the 2 up. But what we're looking at here is the rev strat. We got the hammer, 2-down hammer on the day, looking for a rev strat above 49.18. So about 8 cents away from the trigger. We're looking at Verizon, looking to possibly take it up to the 49, maybe close to $50 level, 49.90, something around there. So looking at Verizon as well. Definitely looks good. And then there's another one in communications that I really like for tomorrow, and that is Pinterest. Pinterest here has a couple different things I'm looking at. First of all, I'm looking at this 212 here on the 4-hour. We are in continuity except for on the quarter and the year. Looks like we are pushing up, getting set to do a reversal here, potentially on the macros. But anyway, on the 4-hour, we got this 212 here above 23.32. And then also on the day, we've got continuation above the high day at 23.53. What we also seeing, if you're a pattern, if you like patterns, looks like there's a double bottom that is being formed here. So we look like we should be pushing up tomorrow as well to complete that pattern if you're into that. Moving on, now we're moving out of communications. Want to talk about one in the commodities area, and that is Steady Eddie Silver. Shout out to that man, Boss Game VIP. Had us looking at silver a long while back. Now we're just kind of chilling. Now this one here on silver looking very good on the 4-hour. We've got this 212 potential here on the 4 hour above $20.28. I really like the way the setup looks. And we've got a volume gap just above that. So if we do continue to push up with silver tomorrow, that will be one to definitely keep your eye on. Also, we've got the strong inside week here, so we may have something going into next week as well. So keep your eye on silver. Moving out of those commodities, we're going to get over into utilities. Utilities are going to go crazy this summer. But SO is what I'm looking at here in the utilities sector, looking at a 212 potentially on the 4 hour, looking at $73.66 as the level for entry. There is also a real strap potential on the day, but I'm really looking at that 4 hour potential. You do have the real strat on the day at $73.85. So you could potentially get that rev strat as well if we get the trigger on the 4 hour, but the 4 hour is really what I'm paying attention to for SO. Moving on out of utilities, got DraftKings, DKNG. DraftKings, we're looking at a Chicago setup here on DraftKings. Looks like we got a V-shaped recovery on the day, but on the 4 hour, we got the 312 above $14.24. Really looking at DraftKings, looks strong here. Looks like there's some buyers present. So looking for a continued upside movement on that one tomorrow. We'll see what happens, but definitely looks strong coming out the gate for tomorrow. All right, moving over into staples. First one I want to talk about is Colgate toothpaste. So looking like toothpaste pulled down this week and came in contact with the broadening formation. So now we're looking at this one here, hit the bottom of this range to rev strat. We got a 2 down hammer on the day, looking for a reversal above $75.36. And we got some magnitude to push back up to the top of that range, maybe around the $77.50 level. So looking at Colgate, there's a potential for this one to push up tomorrow and give us a good amount of run in terms of magnitude. So like the way Colgate sets up. Also in the staples arena, want to take a look at BYND. This one's a downside setup. Looking at BYND on the day, looks like we did get the reversal on the 4 hour slightly. I'm looking at the day, the 212 on the day below 25.36 is the level for entry to take these puts on BYND. So that'll be what I'm looking at for BYND to the downside there. We've got continuity to the downside, so I just want to get in a already moving trade with that one. So that looks good going into tomorrow. Got one more ticker we want to talk about here. Can't forget about our early boys, our energy boys. Gotta holler at my boy Shlum. And looks the way future, well, not even futures, but XLE's pushing up. Well, it pushed up after hours a nice little bit. So we may have a little push up in the morning. We'll see what happens. I know a lot of these energy tickers came in contact with broadening formations on that push down. So my expectation is that there may be a little bit of bounce. Worst case scenario, you may get some sideways action overall. But looking at Shlum for tomorrow, looks like we got a potential 312 Chicago set up above $41.33. That's a little less than 50 cents away from the trigger. Also on the day, we've got a rev strap potential 2-2 rev above $41.42. So we got both triggers about less than 10 cents away. We're at the bottom of the broadening formation, or at the bottom of the range here, bouncing off this broadening formation. So we'll see what happens. We got point of control at 42.34. And then we've got another level of 43.60 on SLB. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. If energy makes that bounce off that broadening formation, we already know how to play that. So anyway, with that completes my list for tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Kind of touching a few different sectors there. So we'll be ready to go whichever way the market decides to push tomorrow. So with that, people, I'm gonna leave y'all to it. Y'all have a great evening. Catch y'all in the morning. Peace.